Are you ready?
Yeah, turn up the heat.
Are you ready?
Is he ready?
Oh, yeah, he's ready.
It's go time.
Ready to go beyond the scores and stats.
I love it.
Good.
Let's bring it in. It's showtime, right?
Welcome to High on Sports.
The whole deal's like some kind of crazy game.
Exclusively on MorningShowCentral.com.
Hello, and welcome to High on Sports. I'm Ralphie, and with me, as always,
Ashley.
And,
We're a man down right now.
I'm here, but I'm not coming in there until I get my entrance music.
Oh, jeez. Can we get some kind of...
Yeah,
get some
prima donna over here.
USA!
You knew this was coming. I got my music. I'm happy. I remember doing this 4 years ago.
You did. How the time has flown.
It seems like yesterday.
Exactly.
USA. USA.
Thanks
Hashtag USA.
Thanks for joining
America,
us
baby.
tonight. Remember, as always, you can call the show toll-free, 1-888-668-0742. Email your questions or comments to shows with an S at MorningShowCentral.com. You can find us on Twitter at high_on_sports or with the hashtag HighOnSports, hashtag USA, as what Eric just said. Of course, we're on Facebook, facebook.com/HighOnSports. Go ahead and give it a like. And you can be updated on our posts and all that fun stuff we put up on there, and breaking news and scores and stats and all that. And a lot of happy birthdays lately. Happy birthday, Jim Brown.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Today, you'll
Jimmy
find that on the
Brown.
Facebook page. And of course, the website is highonsports.net. It's the archive of all our past shows, Mark's blog, and a bunch of other fun stuff. Again, Mark's latest blog, by the way, is about this one was the Olympics. That's right. This one's all about the Winter Olympics.
About USA.
Exactly.
America, baby.
Olympics, or as I like,
America.
the showcase for America. We need to remind everybody we're still the best. We're back up on top in medal count, technically.
Yes, we are.
We'll get into that in
Tied
a little
for the
bit.
top.
We'll get into that in a little bit. But remember, again, that is highonsports.net. It is round one. Let's go. All right, now the Olympics, obviously, we will get there in just a moment. But since last we spoke, there's something we need to address. The Browns have shaken the entire thing. They have fired, obviously, their team president or CEO or whatever that's called in Joe Banner, and they have fired their GM, Mike Lombardi.
Hit the door.
And now Ray Farmer is the new GM, and I was absolutely shocked because I don't think there was any writing on the wall. I feel like it could have been Banner's time to go soon. I did not expect it to happen this season, let alone... I'm not questioning. I'm not doubting it. I love the move because I do not like Joe Banner.
Oh,
and if you had read anything that anyone has ever said about Joe Banner, you'll find he's a terrible person. Probably not just a terrible person to work with, just an awful human. There's no one has ever had anything nice to say about him. I'm being totally honest. I mean, there's...
Put it blankly.
Nothing.
He's a douche.
Exactly. I literally cannot find one story where somebody's like, "Oh, Joe Banner, quality human." Nowhere on the entire internet. The internet's big, and I can't find that anywhere. Here's a fun little example, though. This is the best part in all this. We get the fun little stories coming out now that they couldn't say before, and one of them comes to us in regards to the coaching search, which is, by the way, rumored to be the reason for all this, is the fact that it took them 25 days and the coaching search, and a lot of things that Haslam did not like during it. And apparently something that happened in the coaching search was kind of a big deal. They were interviewing Ken Whisenhunt. All right, Ken Whisenhunt obviously ended up taking the job at the Titans. Nobody really thought it was that the Browns were going to be his choice, but either way, when he walks in, he makes a joke because the Browns did interview Ken Whisenhunt last year. They invite him back in for an interview this year. He makes a little joke, from what I've read. He makes a little comment about, with a chuckle and everything, like, hey, why didn't you just hire me last year? We could have saved this whole, avoided this whole thing, whatever. And Joe Banner took that joke and replied very seriously. He said, because at the time we didn't think you would put together a championship caliber coaching staff. And Ken Wisenhunt, I mean, good on him. His response was, how in the hell do you know what a championship caliber coaching staff is? I've been to a Super Bowl. Oh my God,
that's awesome.
He's like, I've been to a Super Bowl. How many Super Bowls has Joe Banner won? None. He was part of the staff at Philly that went to one. So,
but I put more of that on Andy Reid because he's a good coach.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And as we've heard, did you know he was part of the group that found Andy Reid? I didn't know that. And I'm being sarcastic right now because if you ever heard him in any kind of press conference, he almost opens before his name. He'll be like, "Hi, I'm the guy who found Andy Reid. Joe Banner. Nice to see you guys." Like it's just anytime anything happens where he's ever doubted, it'll be, I found Andy Reid.
Right?
When they fired Chud, he came out in that next day in that press conference and brought up, "Hey, I was one of the people that knew even after like a 5-11 season to stick with Andy Reid, and ultimately he turned out to be, he's going to be a Hall of Fame coach, And then my question is then, why did you fire a guy who just went like 4-11, 4-12, whatever? I mean, if that's going to be your argument, like, well, we stuck with him, so I'm smart. And that's the biggest thing in all this is Banner had this quality about him, and Lombardi too, but not as much. Banner had this quality. Everybody could see it. If you ever watched one press conference, he has to be the smartest guy in the room. He thinks he's smarter than you. He thinks he's smarter than who he works for. He thinks he's smarter than who he works with. He thinks he is the smartest person there. And frankly, you don't need egos and stuff like that in your front office. You have enough egos and stuff to deal with in a locker room.
Right.
Let alone worrying about your front office, worrying about a guy being a dick. I mean, come on. This is absolutely the right move. Everything I've heard, again, I mean, Ray Farmer can't really... There's no body of work, but everything I've heard, he's a great guy. He was offered the Miami Dolphins job, and he turned the Miami Dolphins job down to be an assistant GM here. Now, obviously, writing on the hindsight 2020,
he probably knew what was coming.
He probably knew it by then.
Haslam probably said, "Hey, we're about to clean house. You're going to get the job."
But still, basically, if that's true, then look at it. He had an opportunity to be a GM somewhere else.
Yeah.
And
he wanted
and he didn't. So that says something. I mean,
yeah.
Right? I mean, Miami may potentially have a quarterback already, in Tannehill, and he'd rather stay here in Cleveland and work with whatever we're doing. Again, I'm not sure quite what it is, but and already I'm hearing a lot of stuff I like about Farmer. There's a lot more mysteries, and this whole thing's been streamlined. Streamline's the key word here. That is not just like business jargon. It's absolutely a good thing. There's no you answer to this guy who answers to that guy and this thing and that blah 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 blah. This whole net of superiority and going one level up on the pyramid and everything. It is just your boss is Jimmy Haslam. He signs your checks. We're done. And that's it. And Ray Farmer even said, this is my favorite part, is that Ray Farmer was asked, and he said, I will have final say over the 53-man roster, as a GM should, and almost every GM does. And that is such a beautiful thing, because last time, every time someone asked, who will have final say over the 53-man roster, Joe Banner never gave a straight answer. It was like, it'll be a collaborative decision made by myself and Lombardi and Coach Chudzinski. Everything was like the three of us will sit down in a room and like discuss and everything like that. It's like, okay, what? Too many cooks in the kitchen is another phrase people like to say that applies to this. I mean, I love this, and so far, like I was saying, Ray Farmer just seems like he's so much more open and honest about things. He was asked, he said if the draft were tomorrow, he does know what quarterback he's going to select and where. I mean, that's just that we have. I mean, obviously we don't know what his answer is, and it's subject to change due to the combine and all this and that and the other thing before May. But, I mean, that's just huge that he would even answer that. I mean, obviously we don't know who it is, and we're not going to probably. But just the fact that a GM would actually answer that is weird and in my mind refreshing. Because normally it's like, do you know what you would do with the drafter today? Well, there's a lot of things we need to evaluate and blah, blah, blah. You get some kind of crap answer. But he straight up told him, I know where if they, what they would do about quarterback. He said, I know, as of today, I know who I would take if the draft were tomorrow. And I know when I'd take them. And I mean, that's just really cool. I like that. I like the people in power right now, but I'm waiting to be proved that I should really trust them. I mean, I like them more than the last guys, if that's any credit. But again, Not a lot of body of work. So, all right, let's talk some Olympics now. Of course, if you saw the show last week, you will remember that we had a special assignment, a High on Sports special report on the Olympic Games in an effort to force us to watch the games that no one cares about. We each selected in our Olympic fantasy draft, we each selected a particular sport to do a little piece on and talk about and everything. And we'll get to that in just a second. But before we do, let's check out this medal count because the United States is back on top, kind of. Hashtag USA. 18 medals ties them for the top of the leaderboard right now with the Ruskies. Only Russia has more silver, so when you get all into the technical aspect of it, Russia is in first place while we are in second place.
Yeah, we are killing in bronze.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
9 bronze. Hey.
Suck it.
Absolutely. Suck it, everyone else who's not finishing as third place as we are.
USA.
I mean, we won another gold today. I mean, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were asking me.
No,
I was like, it's in your sport.
Yeah, I was like, we should. No, I'm saying we did.
Okay, I got you. I mean, just it's the USA is finally pulling away. We got women's hockey. This is going to be big. This is Wednesday. I want to say Wednesday. Yes, the women's team is in the finals. They're taking on the female Canadians in lady ice hockey, and that's exciting stuff. Go USA. I might actually watch that, honestly, depending on... Well, I won't because of
That's the only time I watch women's sports is if it's the Olympics. Because, I'll always root for America, even if it's women.
Let me put it this way. If it were on at an appropriate hour, I would watch that. I almost definitely will not be because it's going to be like 3 in the morning or something.
So
or
what
4
are they
a.m.
doing
over
at NBC? Are they airing it live and then...
I think they air it live on NBC Sports.
No,
and then, or they airing it straight live on NBC.
They probably won't. They might air it on NBC Sports, but I know for the most part what they're doing is allowing you to stream medal stuff going on earlier in the day, and then at night they'll save it and wait to show you till night. So they might not even put it on television at all until.
Oh, it is the gold medal game.
8 p.m. or something like that.
Because I know with like qualifying rounds and stuff, they'd play it live and then they'd re-show it
they will
later. But this is the gold medal game.
They'll show non-medal stuff all day. Doesn't matter. Live. But once you start getting into the gold medal stuff, depending on what it is, they like to wait. Not everything, but hockey is one of the marquee events. So they would wait. They would definitely wait on that. And which is why I'm so excited for, again, I can't hype this up enough, but the next Summer Olympics in 2 years from August, is going to be so good. They are 3 hours, ahead? I want to say, yeah, I think so, whatever. They are 3 hours ahead of us here in the Eastern time zone, which means almost every single thing is going to be airing live. It's going to be at a slightly different hour. Like our 8 p.m. stuff is going to, it's going to be at a different time. A little bit, but it's not going to be enough of a delay that they're sitting on this stuff and waiting to show it hours later. So that's going to be exciting. But anyways, let's get into this. It is our High on Sports, our first ever, I think, High on Sports special report. And we go now live to the correspondent at the other end of the table, Von Erich. Von Erich, welcome us into the wonderful world of skeleton.
Skeleton, for those of you who don't know, it originates from people with...
I'm a skeleton.
With
what the hell is that?
With wooden sleds or a toboggan going down the side of a mountain or hill. So sledding.
I'm a skeleton.
So basically, I was an Olympic athlete back when I was 12, 13 years old and sledding, but then... unlike some of these Olympic athletes, I discovered girls and, other things at the age of 13 and 14. So I gave up childish things such as the skeleton.
I'm a skeleton.
It's actually pretty cool, though. A little bit. It's super dangerous.
Just to give you an idea of how not serious the Olympic Committee takes it, after the first few years, they just kicked it out of the Olympics. Just like wrestling and baseball.
Wow.
Hey, got the boot. Excuse me. But it is back as is from 2002 at Salt Lake City. And we had a bit of controversy from the medal round just a few weeks ago, or just a few days ago, with the women, with the American skeleton runner.
I'm a skeleton.
Finishing just a few tenths of a second behind the
Hundreds.
bronze.
0.04 of a second.
And when you look up her stats on the Olympic webpage, which is olympic.org, her stats are actually better than the third place.
Wow.
I just had it here in front of me.
That's ridiculous. So it's like a thin
Yeah,
piece of metal.
it says
or
her
something,
time
right?
is 58:35, and the person above
Well,
her.
that was the last run. Then they combine them together
That's
for the
stupid.
total time.
This is a terrible
See?
sport.
I'm a skeleton.
Because they do 4 runs. It's like the Bob said. They do 4 runs, and they combine all 4 runs together to get a total time, and then that's how
and
you
that's
determine the
what
winner.
gave her 0.04 of a second behind.
Yeah,
her
because she
closest
beat
competitor.
whoever came in third. She beat them in the final round, but they had a lead on her.
How have the medals been going this week in the event?
Well, USA got a silver in the women's side.
All right.
On the men's side, we got. I just had it. We got a bronze.
Oh, nice.
Another bronze to add to our total, and the gold went to a Rusky. See, the thing that I don't like is Russian Federation. They swallow up a bunch of those little countries that are right around Russia. Now, can we do that?
Georgia
So if a Canadian wins a medal, can we claim that as our own?
Well, it was
Just
worse
have
when it was the
United
Soviet
States
Union. They had like
Junior.
everybody.
Do we get like the Virgin Islands and Guam? Or
and Puerto Rico, perhaps?
Puerto Rico? Exactly. Do we get does Puerto Rico get to be in there? They do. They definitely get to be in on their own. Yeah, I think they do. I could be wrong, but I'm not going to look it up. But anyways, thank you,
They're
Von
not
Erich.
part of an American federation, though.
Thank you, Von Erich.
You're welcome.
And go USA. Go USA.
I'm a skeleton.
All right, and now we go for another High on Sports special report. Reporting live from my right-hand side, it is Ashley to talk about the wonderful world of figure skating.
It's actually not too bad.
What a what a really endorsing start.
It's not too bad.
Figure skating, it's not too bad.
I mean,
Back to you, Ralphie.
I do give them props because they got to do except for ice dancing, which is weird, but it's basically like ballroom dancing on ice. But and they don't do like throws or anything. But we just won the gold, so I'll take it. Merle, what are their names? Oh my God, Merle Davis and Charlie White. They just won the gold because they're super hardcore awesome, and they like set a world record for score or something. I don't know, but it's weird though because I liked it when it used to be like they changed gymnastics too because it used to be out of 10. They used to the score was 0 to 10. And then, I don't remember what year they changed it, if it was the last Summer Olympics or whatever. But now, all of a sudden, you get, 180 points? I don't understand. Whatever happened to nailing a routine and getting a perfect 10? You can't even say that anymore.
I want to talk about something you just said real quick, though. Is you mentioned they set a world record. I think that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Because there's a world record in score in a judge-based competition.
Yeah.
So no team has ever been liked by this group of judges more than this group of judges like this group.
Yeah, that's why I don't get world records.
Tell
in
your
that.
grandchildren.
And I still don't even understand how they do the scoring. Like, hey, here's a 75. What? No, 0 to 10. Go back to it. It's 10 times more simpler.
These judges won't be the judges per se next Olympics or something. So again, it's like this could be just a very liberal group of judges
right, and they
that are just like, I don't care. Here's some points.
Right, I didn't get
whatever.
But you know what? I'll take a world record in a gold for America.
I'll take the gold, but I don't care to
and
acknowledge that as a world record.
Yeah, they have like a new team event thing now too, where they have like a man go be like in the singles, and then they have the chick go, and then and they put it all together in the pairs.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
They just add them all together now. So then we got a bronze in that.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but when they say
Goddamn.
USA bronze at the end, I'll take it.
Apparently Russia, though, is running away with the figure skating medals.
Oh, they do that.
They got the
Those
gold
damn
in the team.
Ruskies.
They got the gold in the pairs, and then I think they got a silver or a bronze in the dancing. But we
Which
beat
is
you in
kinda
that.
surprising
We beat
for
you
a
in that.
country with such an anti-gay stance.
Exactly.
No, but
like, come on,
see-
you're gonna tell me that dude coming out there on the ice is straight, like dancing around?
I
like
know
that?
the one American guy who is.
No.
That dude is he is gay. He's gayer than gay.
Yeah, he was in jail the other 3 years. During
Let's
the
talk
Olympics.
about this though.
They let him out.
Johnny Weir. Oh dear Lord. Any ice skating event I've seen live, Johnny Weir's doing he's doing the marquee ones as far as the color commentary. And let me tell you something. He puts the color in color commentary. Yesterday was a green suit. Like green he just won the Masters. And under that, and then there was like a Seinfeld white fluffy shirt under it with like the ruffle, like wrists and the chest and stuff. And then there was a large, I don't know what you call, is that like a brooch? That necklace?
Hell if I know. I don't know what they
Huge-ass
are.
Necklace I think it's called a brooch. And then pulling his hair up was a sort of gold like tiara / headband thing. I'll tell you, I think it's hilarious because what I think he's doing is I don't know Johnny Weir personally. I don't know what Johnny Weir is dressing like outside of an event. I don't know what Johnny Weir is wearing to an Arby's or something, like out in the real world. But I fully believe that he is turning this up to 11 in honor of Russia's anti-gay laws and just being like, what do you want, Mr. Putin? Just a
Dude,
guy.
man, although I will tell him
casual.
this, you don't want to piss off Putin. That dude's former KGB. Like, you're going to end up missing and never be found again.
Exactly, like a
You
stray dog.
don't cross the line with him.
Putin will do to you what he does to small, defenseless dogs.
I'm just saying.
I know. I'm just trying to take a shot at Putin.
Yeah. That was no, straight dogs, go kill him. And then one of the American guys who was I don't remember what he was
He will
competing
arrest
against. He
you
was
like
saving
Pussy
them.
Riot.
He was like saving them all, bringing them back to his dorm room, apartment, whatever the
Throw
hell
them
they
in a
have,
bobsled and push them out of the country.
and feeding them and stuff. He was like, "No, don't kill the doggies."
So what's the medal count look like in ice skating?
In ice skating, we have two. We got the bronze in the new team
All
event.
right.
And then we got gold in the ice dancing today. We just got sorry
There you
if anybody
go.
was going to watch it tonight. I'm sorry for ruining it.
Spoiler alert.
But
It already
what
happened.
in the hell is going? But and
It
then
already
Russia
happened by a computer.
and then Russia has they have 4. They have 2
Bastards.
gold. They got a gold in the team and they got a gold in the pairs. And then they got a silver, I think, in men's. And then they got a bronze in
I believe you.
dancing. And Canada has 3 silvers. Couldn't tell you in what.
Goddamn Soviets.
Probably team and men's and dancing. Team and men's and dancing.
Team and men's
because I
and
think that's all that's gone yet. Because the women
Categories
and
of a
the pairs
sport.
is gone, and the women are going starting today. So the women haven't even gone yet. But
Well, it'll be
yeah,
exciting when they go. I'm excited. Hey, you know what?
mean,
it's not.
figure skating's not easy.
No, it's not. It's not that bad. As you said when you started off the sport, it's not that bad.
I mean, they gotta like do jumps and land on like a little inch blade. I'm like, my ankle would shatter.
Right? I know. I can't skate for crap at like
No.
the civic center near my house. Like it's
Right?
You know,
And
I
neither
went there
can
like
I.
once and I'm
I-
like, why would I pay to do this? Goodbye.
I took a hockey class when I was in BG. I couldn't stop. Like, I'm really slow, but then I can't stop. I had to just bear hug people.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Ashley, for that wonderful just report on sports and such. All right. I'm gonna take this now with if there's like a little subtitle to mine, it would be Nordic Combined, a shocking disappointment. If you may recall, if you were all our dedicated listeners out there, if you were listening last week, when I picked Nordic Combined, I started to describe it, and as I quickly learned, I was not describing Nordic Combined. I was describing what? Skiathlon? Biathlon? We're not decided.
One of them.
Some kind of athlon. I thought I was going to get to watch some people ski and shoot. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll deal with it. That's not what Nordic Combined is. And I don't feel the littlest bit ashamed for not knowing that. But I will tell you, Nordic Combined combines two things that don't sound as cool as you would expect hearing Nordic. But there's no Viking things or anything like that. It is a combination of ski jump, not the cool kind with flips, the boring kind with distance and then grades, with the fast-paced excitement that is cross-country skiing. The way it works is for years, they used to go a race and then after that would be a ski jump, and your ski jump based on your score deducted time from your race and everything like that. But they realized that at that point in the game, nobody was making a difference with ski jump at all. Like if you won by enough in the cross country aspect, you almost didn't even have to jump. You can just slide down the hill and sit down because it got to a point where no one was gaining enough ground because everybody's doing okay, but nobody's really making mass differences in points from each other because you're all doing literally the same thing in going up in the air and then back to the ground. And if you don't fall down, you did well. And that's pretty much the whole thing with the ski jumps. So anyways, the way it is now is they flipped it, so you ski jump first, and that determines a running, sort of a running order, but like your delayed start time, if you will, for the 10-kilometer cross-country race that happens right after. The winner of the ski jump aspect of it is German Eric Frenzel, who finished with 131.5 points. By the way, you also get, for anyone wondering about the scoring, let me clear it up a little for you. It is 2 points for every meter that you have jumped.
Ugh.
Plus, I know. Plus then the points from the judges scoring and everything. So distance is a factor, but if you had really good form and didn't go as far as the other guy, you can still get away with it, which translates to pretty stupid. So Eric Frenzel won with a score of 131.5, allowing him to start first in the cross-country aspect of the combine. And then Akito Watabe from Hibachi Japanese Steakhouse scored 130, which put him just behind Frenzel, which gave him a delayed time of 6 seconds after leader and German Frenzel. So, oh wow, that's the axis of evil, isn't it? I guess so, from World War II. But anyways, no, we don't have Italy in it. Forget that. But anyways, and then I think this is what, a Russian? Or something, Klimov. Wow, these names are hard.
Yeah, it's Russian.
These names are really hard.
It's first name, it's last name first. So
yeah. What's that last name? Does that say emergency?
I can't see that far.
I don't understand.
Is that a backwards 4?
It's like Avengers. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I can't see that far. It's too little. But the last name is Klimov.
Oh, man.
It's Klimov. I can do the Russian accent a little bit.
Klimov finished with a 1.247.
No, you gotta say it like angry. Klimov.
Yeah, Klimov. My boy, Klimo.
Jesus
Klimo got the 1.247, which put him 27 seconds behind leader Frenzel. And it went on from there, all the way until you get to the worst jumper, American Taylor Fletcher, who finished with a 92.9, which means after Frenzel started the cross-country race, Fletcher had to sit there for 2 minutes and 34 seconds before he could then proceed to join in his fellow skiers. But once they did get to the racing, the finish finished actually kind of similar to the jump portion of it. Taking home the gold was German Eric Frenzel, followed by Akito Watabe. By the way, Frenzel's time was a 23 minutes and 50 seconds, and I did watch this. So I did sit there for 23 minutes watching them ski forward. Akito Watabe, again, the 23.54, so only 4.4 seconds actually after him. And then Magnus Krogh of Norway wins the gold for best name, but the bronze in Nordic Combined. So that is your final running. Again, Germany gold, Japan silver, and Norway bronze. By the way, for those red, white, and blue out there, America finished not good. Let me see where it is. Oh God, 26th.
We don't do the weird sports. We just excel in
26.
everything else. We don't do like the cross country junk.
It's Taylor
and the...
Fletcher's brother, Brian Fletcher, finished with a 25-45. Not bad, not bad. And an American Todd Lodwick actually didn't even finish the race. So, good work, America. And
Just look at the medal count.
This has been
That's
a
all I
High on
gotta
right?
say.
special
Scoreboard,
report.
baby.
USA, USA.
We're gonna take a quick
hashtag
break.
USA.
When we get back, I'm not gonna talk anymore about that stuff. You're gonna find out what's urinating us off. We're gonna talk some basketball and some spring training. Baseball's here.
Nice.
3-3 at Soul Show, the Science Sports on the MSC Radio Network.
I know, oh my God, I know what we're gonna do. Oh, it's so delicious, I can almost taste it.
If you're looking for the best sub shop in town, look no further. Hanini Subs, located at 7310 Lorraine Avenue, is the place for you. Stop in for a cold cut sub, cheeseburger and fries, wingdings and fries, and so much more. And almost taste Hanini Subs at 7310 Lorraine Avenue is open 24 hours a day. Check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/burrito crazy. And if you mention MSC Radio Network, you'll get $1 off your meal. It's all good at Hanini Subs.
So damn good.
Yo, it's Woody. Now, I know a thing or two about women, and I want to help all the ladies out there take care of their men. Happy Endings Orgasmically Organic Massage Oil. Yeah, I said orgasmically organic, made right here in Cleveland. Now, no other product delivers this level of purity and performance. It's guaranteed to improve your overall experience and keeps that sensitive skin soft and smooth. Guys, don't be a tool. You're doing it anyway. Might as well do it right. Get your happy ending at happyendingsoil.com. That's happyendingsoil.com. Lakewood Computer, located at 14035 Madison Avenue in Lakewood, has it all. If you're in need of computer repairs or want to cut the cost of ink cartridges and printing supplies, count on Lakewood Computer in Lakewood, Ohio to provide it all. For the past 5 years, Lakewood Computer has been providing you with a huge assortment of computer equipment and services at very competitive prices. Lakewood Computer purchases and sells pre-owned desktops, laptops, and related equipment, and they offer outstanding prices on aftermarket printing supplies, including toner cartridges and ink cartridges. With 29 years of professional experience, Lakewood Computer is highly confident in their ability to enhance your overall computing experience. Check them out online at joeslakewoodcomputer.com. That's joeslakewoodcomputer.com. Or give them a call toll-free, 855-580-0768. That's 855-580-0768.
I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits. A 99.5% uptime guarantee and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. If you have a product or service, let people know about it. Get your message out there and advertise on MSC Radio Network. It's easier than you think, and the whole planet is listening. Find out how you can advertise. Email Chris at morningshowcentral.com. Oh, great. Not another Farm Bill request. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/morningshowcentral. Denying one Farm Bill request at a time. MSC Radio Network has just tweeted the following. This bowel movement won't come out. check us out on Twitter at twitter.com/MSC Radio Network. User-friendly and ready to serve. MorningShowCentral.com. Call the show toll-free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on MorningShowCentral.com.
Oh, wow. Language.
Okay, he was PMSing.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
This is President Barack Obama, and you're listening to MSC Radio Network.
Pete 99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen Pete 99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, Pete 99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to Pete99.com. Pete99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. Pete99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. With hundreds of live weather products and layers and thousands of combinations, Weather Studio provides a professional graphics and store monitoring solution without complex user knowledge and without the industry standard price tag of $1,000 plus broadcast systems. Weather Studio displays a plethora of critical atmospheric and geophysical data on an interactive GIS-enabled computer map. Get your free 14-day trial of Weather Studio at their website, weatherstudio.paulmarv.com. That's weatherstudio.paulmarv.com. If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
Hello, and welcome back to High on Sports. I'm Ralphie, and with me, as always,
Ashley.
And I'm Von Erich.
Whether you are joining us tonight on one of the many glorious apps or at home on your computer, thank you for making High on Sports a part of your evening. If you're not on one of the many glorious apps, take your smartphone and search for TuneIn Radio. It's free to download. Simply install it, search MSC Radio Network, hit play, and you're listening to us live on the go from your phone.
Shout out to everyone in the chat room.
Yeah, what's up, chat room? Hi, guys. Remember, you can call the show toll free, 1-888-668-0742. Email your questions or comments to shows with an S at morningshowcentral.com. And by the way, speaking of those chat room people, if you would like to be in the chat room and chat with us during the show, go to morningshowcentral.com/watch, which you're probably watching the show on to begin with, and you'll notice a little chat room next to it that asks for a password and a name. You do not need to put a password. You just need to put a name. Hit enter, and you are immediately signed in, talking to us, and joining in on the merriment and debauchery, if you will. And anyways, we're on Twitter at @high_on_sports. I am at eRalphieW. He is at Von Erich. She is at Facebook. And speaking of Facebook,
Yeah, tweet Ashley there.
Tweet all your questions for Ashley to @Facebook. Remember, we are on Facebook, facebook.com/HighOnSports. Go ahead and give it a like. We're posting memes and birthday wishes and stats and scores and this thing and breaking news and that thing and these thing and those and all that fun stuff all the time. Again, that is facebook.com/HighOnSports. You got to click the little button that says like, and then you will like it. So that's pretty straightforward. You got to love it. And of course, our website is highonsports.net. It's the archive of all our past shows, Mark's blog, the latest one having to do with the Winter Olympics, the very Winter Olympics we delivered our first High on Sports special reports on. And it was just, we clearly had nothing but good things to say about our sports. And Ashley, honestly, you ended up with the best one, figure skating.
I did.
That turned out to be the one where I was like, okay, good, good. Everyone was like, hey, so here's why this sucks. But so, look at us opening up to other cultures and other things and just experiencing the world. It's a beautiful thing. But again, that website is ionsports.net. All right, it's round 2. Let's get it going. Boom. All right, before we get into what's urinating off, 2 little things for you. One is a little bit of sports news for those of you watching this and not any other thing. Ubaldo Jimenez, Indians pitcher, has agreed to a 4-year deal with the Baltimore Orioles.
Oh boy.
What
He will
that
be pitching for the
means
Birds.
is with that contract, the Orioles will forfeit their first-round draft pick in the next year first player draft.
There you go. But they also have a pitcher that might be really good.
Who might be?
There was a lot of things I've heard about sort of behind the scenes in regards to that there was maybe some ego issues to him, that he didn't want to come back because the Indians brought in Callaway, the new pitching coach, and that's when he had his new refound, I should say, success. I'm hearing there was some ego there, like he didn't want to come back because he didn't want people to think of him as sort of like a product of the system, as opposed to someone who's getting it done himself. Yeah. It's rumors.
Not only that, we've discussed it before, especially with former co-host Mr. Allen. In a contract year, you're going to have players like that
absolutely
overperform.
Absolutely.
And whatever he got from Baltimore, I'm sure is too much.
Absolutely. It was a pretty meaty deal. I'll see if I can pull up the numbers on that a little later. But first, this is, we only got one more February show left, I believe, after today. But it is, of course, Black History Month.
Yes, it is.
We remember the leaders and champions of the African-American culture, allowing them, just really bringing equality to all. And we're a sports show, so we look at broken barriers and people who really people of color who made a difference in the sporting world. And Von Erich, of course, every week has been...
Are you allowed to say people of color?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
In that context, right. Sure, absolutely. Von Erich has been sporting a different uniform of someone, and this week he's go ahead. Why don't you tell people what you're rocking today?
Contradicting all the USA stuff that I did in the first half. As we all know, basketball tends to be, more of an African-American sport and popular in their culture. And the NBA did something about a decade ago. They tried to bring a couple of teams into Canada, where basketball is not very popular. You don't have a lot of African-Americans. And we saw how it almost failed. One of the teams moved into the back into the USA.
Vancouver Grizzlies.
But there was one African-American man who made basketball, he did the unthinkable. He made basketball popular in Canada, and that was...
Chris Bosh?
Vince Carter.
Oh, right.
Chris Bosh. Wow.
He should have never left Toronto because he looks like a Raptor.
He does.
Chris Bosh should have just stayed there. He could have, when he retired, he could have become their mascot.
I was really trying for a Jurassic Park joke, but I couldn't think of one fast enough.
Let me tell you something. Everybody's gonna have to go home and do a little Google here, a little homework assignment for you, the fans. I discovered this weekend a terrible '70s sci-fi movie. It's called Laser Blast. I'm not gonna get into the details, but it's like really crappy B movie kind of thing. There were these aliens in it, and I immediately thought when I saw them, holy crap, that's Chris Bosh. And you can go online right now and you just search Chris Bosh Laser Blast. The internet has beat me to the punch in so many ways. Everybody saw this. They're the same thing. The aliens from Laser Blast, Chris Bosh. I put a Heat jersey on one and I can't tell which one's which.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
At all. But anyways, yeah, Vince
Laser
Carter.
Laser with an S or a Z?
I don't know. But
they'll figure it out.
Or maybe aliens from Laser Blast, something like that. It'll be somewhere. But anyways, let's talk about Vince Carter real quick. We're going to bring back a segment that hasn't been done on On Sports in literally years. Yeah. Where are they now? Vince Carter went from the man, like you said, who made basketball what it is, north of the border, to today, a shooting guard for the Dallas Mavericks. At 37 years old, he is averaging 11.3 points per game.
He's still playing?
2.8 assists, 3.3 rebounds. So
wow, I thought this was a throwback.
15.36 player efficiency rating. He is in his 15th
He's balling it up in Dallas.
selected in the 1998 draft, first round, 5th pick by Golden State, and traded. Because back then it was way more trading on draft day and stuff. But anyways, that's where he is, so good for him. Goodbye. Anyways, it's time for Stable High on Sports, and that is, of course, what's urinating us off. And Von Erich is going to start us off, and go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sticking in the NBA. It's been a hot topic of late. They've been asking the star players who they would put on their Mount Rushmore
Oh, yeah, I've been
of
seeing
the
that
NBA.
all weekend.
And they asked Kobe, Durant, LeBron, and they're basically coming up with the same answers. Magic, Bird, Jordan. Everyone's saying those three.
Exactly.
But then you got a disagreement on the fourth. Kobe said Bill Russell.
This is probably the right answer.
Kevin Durant said Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I can't argue with that either.
And Jordan, of course, went with, or not Jordan, LeBron went with Oscar Robertson.
Mm-hmm.
What urinates me off is they're neglecting to mention probably one of the best scorers in the NBA ever, in Wilt the Stilt Chamberlain.
That's a very good point.
He gets not disrespected, but he gets
because of all the sex.
He gets kind of ignored because he didn't take the game too seriously.
Oh, right, that too.
Like a guy who can just go into a game and score 100 points, just because he can, just because he's tall enough. He doesn't get the respect as a guy of his stature should.
Have you ever seen the picture? I hate to derail this, but have you ever seen the picture of Anthony Bennett, the Cavaliers' number 1 overall pick? They took him from that old Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain picture where it's him just holding up that notepad that says 100 on it because there wasn't, or that piece of paper that said 100 because there was no cameras or anything like that. Was it? And so people took Anthony Bennett, like photoshopped him into that, but he's holding up the thing and it's just like 9. Earlier in the season when he the first time he actually scored multiple times and it was 9 points.
Oh my god, that's funny.
9.
I did not see that picture, but the picture I did see was the side-by-side Chris Bosh and the alien, which I just
Laser
posted
blast.
on the High on Sports Facebook page.
Fantastic. It's uncanny, is it not?
It really is.
It's amazing. You're absolutely right, though, Von. The thing is, there's too many people on that level, that next level in the NBA that you can't make a Mount Rushmore.
You can't really get mad that everyone agrees on Magic, Bird, Jordan.
No, you can't. They're they're the holy trinity of basketball.
And it's also because they played at the same time as each other. So that way, if you
helped too, yeah.
if you say Wilt Chamberlain or you say Kareem or Oscar Robertson, they didn't have.
You're going way back.
Yeah, they didn't have an equal on the court.
Absolutely.
As Magic and Bird and Jordan did.
Absolutely. But yeah, no, it's just too hard of a thing. It's impossible to in all sports, really. It just cannot be done. Cannot be done, honestly. That's why we haven't actually built a Mount Rushmore of sports. We just kept it to presidents. We put probably the 4 that people aren't going to argue with. Everyone after those, there is no way you can get everybody on the same page. Other than that, that's why there is only one Mount Rushmore. That's what we've learned today. All right, thank you, Von Erich. And now, actually, it is my understanding that you have something you would like to share with us.
I do.
What's urinating you off?
Russian fans need to stop being crybabies. And I'm probably going to,
we won the Cold War. Get over it.
They're probably going to fly over here and try to hang me tonight. But when the U.S. played Russia in one of the pool play games, we won. Now, at the end, there was about 5 minutes left, and Russia technically scored a goal that would have took the lead, made it 3-2. We ended up winning in overtime or in a shootout. But
was insane.
the goal got called back because the net was off place. It wasn't where it was supposed to be. It got
kicked.
The goal
wasn't set.
Yeah, it got kicked 10 seconds before the goal was shot, so it got knocked out of place. The refs didn't notice it, so they didn't call it dead or anything. Boom, Russia scores a goal, but then they review every goal like they kind of do in football now, where they review every score, and they're like, oh, the net's not in place. The goal doesn't count. And it's a legit rule. There is a rule in the Olympic book. If the goal is not set and it's not in its proper place, the goal doesn't count. Well, Russian fans got all their panties in a bunch, and because it was an American ref who was the one who made the call, they went to the freaking U.S. Embassy, started protesting and yelling something about the guy needs to be made into soap, because I guess they yell that at soccer games. So they took cheese graters and soap and were just scratching soap on a cheese grater and basically saying we're going to grind this guy down to nothingness.
They have to do that in Russia. They can't afford cheese.
I'm like, these people are nuts. It wasn't even like a medal round. It was a pool play game, first of all. Second of all, the guy was following the rule book.
Exactly. I hate
cheese grate a guy for following the rule book.
I hate on close calls and stuff when people put on their team's colored glasses on these things. Listen, I mean, the sport that I have stuff's reviewed the most is football, and I'm obviously there's no denying I'm a huge Browns fan. But I see them out there, and when I see something, when they show the review and it's not a catch, I just think to myself, well, damn, that's not a catch.
Yeah.
Maybe the refs will get it wrong.
Right?
I can't tell you how many times I've watched games with people. They're sitting there like, oh, you're kidding me. And it's like, dude, we all just saw the replay.
Yeah.
Shut up. we all just saw it. Rules are rules. I mean, obviously I'm upset, but rules are rules. And that, like you said, is a clear rule that's in the rule book. The problem is not enough fans sit down and read rule books.
Yeah. And they don't.
What else are you going to do in the bathroom? Come on. Everybody should have a stack of all professional sports rule books in the bathroom.
I get
something
it.
To peruse.
It was it was so minuscule how it was off. It was off by maybe an inch. But at the same time, the goal was in the top right corner. If that's right, if it was right, who's to say that doesn't hit the top post and boom, it's a miss? Mm-hmm. Granted, maybe it would have been better if they caught it before the shot, but they didn't. They didn't see it get kicked off. 10 seconds later, a goal gets scored, and then they have to review it and go, oh, it doesn't count.
I mean, I was clearly joking about the rule book thing, but you are absolutely right. It whether you know it or not, that is a rule.
It is a rule.
And it is in the rule book.
And you don't cheese grate a
guy. It doesn't matter if you know the rule. It matters if they know the rule.
Look, I get it. It sucked. You lost on an inch. But you know what? Win in the shootout. It's not like that was the game-tying goal to go into overtime. You failed to win in overtime, and you failed to win in the shootout. So it's not like that was technically a game-changing thing. You know what? Beat us in the shootout next time. But you won't, because TJ Oshie is the shit.
We'll see.
And he scored left and right on your goalie.
We'll see. We'll see them in the gold medal match once we get past Canada. Well, first they got to play Kyrgyzstan or whatever. Yeah. So they got to play somebody who's not
Borat
a big
country.
Exactly. I watched Borat again on Saturday. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. And then the next day, I just kept hearing them bring up Kazakhstan. Like on every team, it was like Kazakhstan in cross country skiing was offering anyone from Kazakhstan that won, they were going to give them $500,000 if they won a gold. That's all I could think. I was like, well, Borat. It was like very nice. Like it's never watch that movie and then have to watch something that would actually involve Kazakhstan the next day.
Do you remember a few years ago at some World Championships where a member of Kazakhstan actually won the gold? It wasn't Olympics, but it was a championships, and they played the theme from Borat.
That's so good. Kazakhstan #1. Oh, that's good stuff. All right, well let's make this bad stuff. Let's bring the mood down. Let's be sad here a minute. Bodie Miller, the most decorated skier for the United States when it comes to Olympics, not tassels and things. That still goes to Johnny Warrior. He lost his brother. When did he lose his brother again?
It's been recently, like within the last few months, I think.
Very recently. His brother planned on coming to Sochi with him. His brother obviously not here because he passed away. So, and it was like seizures caused from a
dirt bike accident. He had a head injury. It was causing him seizures.
It was relatively sudden, big picture wise. So Bodie, after winning a bronze in some kind of skiing thing,
the Super G.
There you go. That's why I keep you around. He got interviewed at the end by who was it? I
Christine something.
Yeah, Christine Cooper or something. I don't know.
Either way, some no name.
I got that clip up, and I just don't like how she played it. Chris, can we play that?
So wrong.
What were you saying And that's when he lost it. Now, if we can get that down, because it's going to play some other crap. I don't know what that is. But anyways.
It was like 4 questions in a row she asked about his brother after you could see that he was already getting emotional.
Well, it was really like, there was one question too much, honestly, in my opinion, watching it. Because as you can see, as he's starting to cry like that, when you actually start to see the visible tears, you pat him on the arm and you say, thanks, Bodie, you're really brave.
Or you ask him like, hey, you're 36. Is this your last Olympics? You come back. You completely get off of the topic of what's making him upset. You get off the topic of his brother. I think you just end it regardless at that point. But I think she was okay up until the end there. Yeah. Up until that last question, that was officially one too much, and she pushed it. He was visibly like hunched over, and I mean the guy lost his brother.
So hey, your brother, he's dead.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
He's dead. What's up? What was that like? It's like Chris Farley doing those old, like on the Chris Farley show. It was recently his birthday, by the way. R.I.P. He'd be like with Paul McCartney. Remember when you were in the Beatles? That was cool. He goes, remember when your brother died? Was that sad? Was that? Wow. Anyways, 3 up, 3 out time. Down number 3, Ray Rice. He and his fiance arrested this weekend in Atlantic City for assault. So both of them arrested, by the way, not just him. Down number 2, the concept of defense. The NBA All-Star Game happened last night, and it featured a combined score of 318 points. Highest scoring All-Star Game in history. Down number 1, formerly Cleveland's own Joe Banner and Mike Lombardi. Fired by owner Jimmy Haslam after all moves had apparently been done.
Thank you.
Quietly one Tuesday morning. If Chris Antoinetti, look out, because so far every Tuesday for the last 2 weeks we've asked the GM, Chris Antoinetti of the Indians, watch your ass.
He's okay.
Don't come to work on Tuesday. Anyways,
right? Call in sick. They can't fire you if you're not there.
Uptime number 3.
Can I do a bonus down?
Absolutely,
if I can.
Sure,
Adam Silver, the new commissioner of the NBA, just came out. First order of business. Advertisements will appear on NBA jerseys.
Oh my God! Are you serious?
If you saw a picture of this guy, the reason he wants advertisements on the jerseys is so he can afford his cocktails for his HIV treatments. This guy is skinny as fuck looking.
Anyways, we'll get more on him.
He has AIDS.
Allegedly.
He's allegedly skinny.
Allegedly.
He allegedly has AIDS.
Up number 3, Wichita State. They beat Evansville yesterday to extend their record to 27-0 for the what? Shockers? Are they the Shockers?
Shockers, yeah. They beat Ohio State in the
up number
final
deuce.
8
baseball fans, because spring training has arrived. Woo!
Yeah, buddy.
Up number 1, Adam Silver's friend, Kyrie Irving, All-Star Game MVP. Did you see last night, by the way, what I was referencing?
Not his special friend, just his friend.
What I was referencing, by the way, is he's like, and now the winner of the All-Star Game MVP, my friend, Kyrie Irving. Is like, oh, I didn't know they hung out.
Apparently they do.
Cool.
That's kind of disturbing after what we just learned.
Had a
my
good game,
friend,
rookie game too.
My best pal. All right.
My homie.
All right, we got to get going, but for my friends here, Chris, Von Erich, Ashley, I am Ralphie saying good night, everybody. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. Thanks for tuning in to High on Sports on MorningShowCentral.com.
Yeah, he has AIDS.